Good morning, jury. Good morning, jury. This is a recreation of my accident that occurred September 14th, 2025. I am defending myself, and throughout the video, you will see evidence that this was due to an emergency and not negligence. The accident occurred on my way home from work. I had thought that I had left my PC on, and the PC I have is a very expensive one and it could overheat easy. I got on exit 1379 and I drove all the way down I-31 for about 8 or 9 miles. And the accident occurred at where you can take a U-turn right here. The accident starts, the recreation starts from once I entered the freeway. Now keep in mind I was in a panic, so I did think that something was wrong at home. There weren't too many people on the highway at this time, so that is why I decided to go above the speed limit to get home. If there was more cars, I would have been going slower, but again, this was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There were barely any cars on the freeway. I did signal my horn for cars to move out of the way as it was an emergency. This was not me being aggressive, this was me just signaling people that I was coming at a higher speed than usual. You can take it out of context and say it's aggressive, but it was to signal them that a fast-moving car was approaching. This part's going to be kind of loud, but this is the actual accident. I was trying to pass 2 cars. And so now you can see clearly what happened. I had enough space and they closed in on each other, and a horrible accident happened because of that. I was signaling with my horn, I had my hazards on, and I had an opportunity to pass, and there was still negligence on the other driver's part. After I gained consciousness, I got out and started checking the damage. The fender was off. I looked at the other cars. The only one too damaged was the white car, and this was the one that closed in, that tried to cut me off dangerously. A tow truck was called by me for my insurance. I have it covered. Unfortunately, this is where the second amount of damages comes in. It was one of the cheapest, trashiest places in town to get a tow. He made me try to get it on the tow truck at first, and this is where I think damage could have been avoided. It was nearly impossible for me to get it up there, and this right here, this is where the damage was done to the underside of my car. He ended up doing it and put it on the back of the tow truck, and right off the bat, he went straight across the middle of the freeway, and it was a huge bump, and I know that it did damage to my car that my insurance has not yet found. He started to drive very fast. He was driving very fast the whole time, and the reason for the accident was that he says he couldn't see, but if you watch, he misses his exit. Currently, I do not have a car for work, and so I am facing very, very hardship at home from having to work at home. I don't have the money for a used car. I don't have the money to pay back any of the people involved. All of this happened because I was concerned about my house being on fire from my PC being left on. I don't see how that's fair to me or to anyone involved, why insurance shouldn't cover this. I am the one that hit first. I thought my house was on fire. Again, I hit the car first, but I thought my house was on fire. I thought everything I owned was on fire. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I appreciate your time, and please be reasonable and come to your senses, and let's get everyone involved with this the best possible outcome.